Hello, everyone. Well, it's official. We have the idiot of the day, Briahna Joy Gray. She retweeted this interview where the discussion is around Israel cutting off the power and water for Gaza. And it is reported that Gaza is going to be out of electricity within the next few hours. So, Miss Briahna Joy Gray here think it's the right thing to say that collective punishment is a war crime. Now let's talk for a second about collective punishment, right? Because it's very interesting to me that people like Briahna Joy Gray or Mahdi Hassan or other enlightened folks in our media think that Israel should, after close to 1,500 of its citizens were massacred in a fashion that would put the Nazis to shame, honestly, and I'm not saying it lightly, they think it's a good idea to mention that cutting off the electricity and water to Gaza that Israel provides and has provided forever is a war crime. And it's a collective punishment. So let's take a step back. Let's talk about the notion collective, right? We have agreed in the West and in the rest of the world that there is an idea that called nation state. We have agreed that people have the ability to elect or to be governed by a government. It might be a democratic government, like in Israel, for example, or in the United States, or it might be an autocratic government, a dictatorship like Hamas. That was, by the way, elected in 2007 willfully by the people of Gaza. So, who should bear the responsibility for its citizenry? Is that Israel that should bear the responsibility for the people of Gaza? Or is it Hamas that is solely in control of the Gaza Strip? Ask that question. Also, let's think of a hypothetical. Let's say that Israel receives water from Jordan, which is untrue. But let's say they do. Let's say that Israel receives all of its water from Jordan. And with the cleverness of some of the folks in the Israeli government, they decide to go into Jordan and murder over 1,000 innocent civilians just for the sake of it. And by the way, for over 4 decades, they have been saying that their objective goal is to go and murder as many Jordanians as humanly possible. Then, would Jordan have the moral and legal obligation to provide Israel with water? Would anyone think for a second that Jordan has the right to immediately stop all water supply to its clear enemy? I don't think anyone has any doubt about that. No one, no country would accept that. Why would Israel, that again, until 5 days ago, do you remember what happened 5 days ago? Or maybe I should refresh your memory. Until 5 days ago, Israel provided electricity, water, supply to the Gaza Strip. No questions asked. Once again, they did so for an organization that calls for the genocide of the Jews, openly saying that an organization that is the sole sovereign in the Gaza Strip, an organization that governs over 2 million Palestinians, that elected it to govern. They elected them. And by the way, the sad truth is that Hamas is still extremely popular. That if you ask Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank, the majority supports Hamas. You know why Mahmoud Abbas, the head of the Palestinian authorities in the West Bank, never held an election? You know why? Because polls show that the majority of Palestinians living in the West Bank support Hamas. This is why he never did so, because he's afraid that if he actually going to go through with an election, then Hamas is going to win. So at the end of the day, there is a collective responsibility. There is an individual responsibility to do something. I understand that Israel is a democracy that allows free speech. In the last 9 months, Israelis were on the streets protesting, demanding the government to resign, to stop the judicial reform. Don't the people of Gaza have any type of responsibility? Aren't they able to do something? For 20 years, they have been governed by this autocratic, dictatorial, murderous regime that, again, they elected. Is it my responsibility as an Israeli to ensure that the people of Gaza are safe? Or is it their own responsibility to ensure that? They did uprising, they had intifadas, they have children throwing rocks at Israeli cars, Molotov cocktails, taking arms and shooting at random Jews all over Israel. Can't the same people turn their weapons against Hamas? Can't they try and do something? Is it truly our responsibility to help? Is it? To the people who openly say they want our destruction? No, absolutely not. And for idiots, absolute idiots like Briahna Joy Gray here, I'm telling, fuck off. You have no idea what you're talking about. You simply don't. War crime? Really? How about holding your own population hostage just so you can execute your terrorist agenda that is promoted by people exactly like you, being used as a useful idiot for Hamas? This is exactly what they're doing, and this is exactly what they want. And this is exactly what they know will happen. They know that people like you, people like Madi Hassan, and other enlightened idiots are going to go and scream and blame Israel for war crimes. Really? Really? What a disgrace you are. You truly are a disgrace. I haven't seen any concern coming from you to the death and the barbarism committed by Hamas. You do not hold the Palestinians responsible in any way, shape, or form. Not for their own lives, not for the lives of the innocent Israeli citizens that have been massacred, not for the electing the correct government, not for their ability to govern themselves correctly. Nothing. Everything is Israel's fault, right? Well, once again, fuck off.